Bitcoin is back over $20,000. Have we found the bottom? Not so fast. I want to share some details on what's happening here. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, has bought the dip. They bought 100,000 Bitcoin this weekend. And Elon Musk is saying he will continue to support Dogecoin despite the $258 billion lawsuit against him, Tesla, and SpaceX. And Solana, I think something's going on here. Solana may be dead in the water. Let's break it down. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, as well as a thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please give me a 5-star rating. A quick word from our sponsor, and that is Linkto, which makes private equity investment easy. Linkto allows you to gain access to crypto companies or tech companies. And previously, this was not accessible. It was only open to venture capital firms, hedge funds, and large investment firms. Well, Linkto is democratizing the process, and accredited investors can get access to crypto companies like Ripple, BitPay, Dapper Labs, Uphold, Abra, and many more. They continue to expand their platform. And you can double dip and make money on both sides, just like the big firms. Hold the tokens, like many of you do already, and also get equity. And these shares are very valuable if a company's, of course, going to be IPOing. Many of the folks at Linkto and their customers at the time invested in Coinbase pre-IPO and did very well. Well, there's going to be many more companies that are going to be IPOing, and this gives you the opportunity to, of course, take a position. And also, because we are in a bear market, valuations have dropped, which means share prices are not going to be as high. So you can certainly scoop up some nice shares here, and obviously buying the low and then sell the high, especially when the values go up, and as well as these companies going to IPO. So if you would like to learn more about Linkto, check out the link in the description. Let's look at the market here. Bitcoin bounced back up above $20,000. Right now, it's sitting at $20,121. Ethereum back over $1,000 as well. So we're seeing some green here from a 24-hour perspective, but I'm still cautiously optimistic, my friends. While I've been saying we are in the bottom zone, and a zone can last for a long time, right? We are in that bottom area. Bitcoin may chop here, and it could go further down. In fact, it could have a relief rally and bounce upwards to maybe 25K, maybe 30K, and then go back down to 15K, right? All of those things are possible, my friends. So just be prepared. I'm buying the dip. Not financial or investment advice. Do your own research. I am buying the dip. I've been buying Bitcoin and some other altcoins. And I know that, hey, the price could go lower, but I know my dollar cost average, right? I'm looking at my respective dry powder on the side, my cash, and how much or a percentage am I putting in at different prices. So no one can, of course, call the bottom or say the bottom is definitely in. We have to wait for these things to play out. We have to look at the charts and back it up with multiple perspectives and different forms of data, right, guys? It has to be data, not our emotions or our feelings. Well, I feel we've bottomed. No, what does the data say, right? That's what we have to look at. So be patient. This is certainly an opportunity, just like it was in 2018 and the 2019 and those respective bear markets, just like it was in March of 2020, just like it was for the previous bear markets, guys. It's all market cycles playing out. And obviously, we have the macroeconomic factors of the Fed and inflation. But eventually, like I've been saying, the Fed will reverse. They'll start doing QE again, and they'll start lowering rates. So we've seen this show before, my friends. This is why I'm confident. I'm not nervous. I'm not scared. But of course, I'm not stupid either. I don't put my life savings into all these investments. I put money that I can afford to lose. Now, if I were to lose my money, I would be upset. I'll be sad. Yes, right? It will not feel good. I'm human. I have emotions, right? So, but I can still continue to live my life. I can still pay my bills. I still have my 401k, still have my savings in the bank. So that's how I'm approaching this. And I hope you guys are too. You have to be balanced. You don't just throw your life savings into an investment just because you see money being made or the opportunity to make money, because there's risks that come with investing, of course. And you have to be smart, right, guys? So patience, DCAing, having a macro view, that is certainly important when it comes to investing in crypto. So once again, bottom may not be in. It's looking okay right now. Like I said, Bitcoin could bounce up to 25K to 30K. We could see that, but it could still go back down. And we are definitely in a bear market. So it's very hard to trade in a bear market. That's why I'm not trading. I'm just right now accumulating, going into my long-term hold portfolio. Now, here is a great chart from an analyst. And, when I look at these charts, I look to make sure they are rational and they make sense, and it's not some hype or as they would call it, hopium. So here, this chart, it is looking good. And I like that the upward arrow is months away. It's not, right here, we found the bottom, now we bounce up. No, we got to be patient. We're probably going to be in this low for a good 6 months, and then things will start slowly moving upwards. So the analyst said here, Bitcoin is getting ready for a mega pump. The mathematical structure of Bitcoin is categorical. The crypto market is about to enter into a new major bull cycle. I agree with that. Is it happening next month? No. So on the chart here, if you look at it, right, it is probably 6 to 8 months away, and we'll just have to be patient and let things play out. And like I said, great accumulation phase, and you just see these different metrics and signals showing we are near the bottom. I'm not saying we've hit the bottom, but we're near it. And the bottom could play out over months, right, guys? So just be prepared for that. Nevertheless, big time whales and exchanges and big players are buying the dip. Here, Binance bought the dip. They bought 100,000 Bitcoin on the recovery to $19,000 level. This is the headline here. So Binance Exchange bought over 100,000 Bitcoin at $19,176 per coin this weekend. And shortly after that, the price retested the $20,000 level. After hitting approximately $20,100, the Bitcoin price then retraced. However, some traders are bearish as 20K may have just become a resistance level, and others are bullish after the Binance news and the 14% pump of the lows. Bitcoin dropped as far as $17,600 yesterday. So this info is coming from here, BitInfo charts. And, Binance CEO CZ has been tweeting about, there's opportunities even in chaos. And look, it makes sense. These guys, they're buying up low because they know the demand is going to continue to grow over time. Right now, what we're seeing, though, is just a flush out of all the leverage, and the folks who are over levered are getting crushed, of course. And that's kind of what's driving a lot of the sell pressure. You had Terra Luna, of course, you got 3 Hour Capital, and then you got Celsius possibly may have a collapse. We'll see. And there's probably other smaller hedge funds who are over leveraged. And that's why I don't use leverage, guys. I just buy and hold. I do some swing trading, but that's for a small amount of capital where I make some nice extra money, but I'm not using, large amounts of capital. I'm not using leverage as well, because, like they say, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. So you want to make sure that you're not being greedy, and be careful with leverage trading. You can get wrecked big time, as we're seeing a lot of folks are. Now, Elon Musk, we had reported here on the channel that he is getting sued, and I think it's a stupid lawsuit. I think it's just BS, but still, Tesla and SpaceX are getting sued, and it's a $258 billion lawsuit saying that they were part of a Dogecoin pyramid scheme. Well, Elon tweeted out today, "I will keep supporting Dogecoin." Big statement here, and we know he holds more than just Dogecoin. He holds Bitcoin, Ethereum as well, and SpaceX and Tesla have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And I believe it's Tesla and SpaceX that are accepting Dogecoin for merch as well. And someone tweeted out, this guy by the name of Altcoin Gordon replied to Elon's tweet saying, "Keep buying it then." And he said, "I am." Elon is a funny guy, but I personally don't care for Dogecoin. I don't hold any Dogecoin. I have Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, and other alts. But look, this is what he's holding. But one thing that I think it's important that people understand and get the distinction: Tesla and SpaceX are not holding Dogecoin on their balance sheet. They're holding Bitcoin. So that alone tells you that from a corporate standpoint, from a non-personal institutional level, no institution's touching Dogecoin. Elon can talk about it and buy some of it if he wants, but his own companies and boards are not going to go for that, right? Shareholders are not going to go for that. So they're just going to go with Bitcoin, obviously. So just think about that. And once again, I'm not hating if you hold Dogecoin, that's on you. I don't hate on Dogecoin or anything. I'm just saying it's not for me based on my research. But if you want to, do that, that's, more power to you. That's your decision and your investment risk. So let's move ahead here. Solana looks like it's having some major problems, guys. It's pretty bad. Solana DeFi platform votes to control whale account in bid to avoid liquidation chaos. Solend users voted to grant emergency power to Solend Labs to temporarily take over the whale's account. There was about to be a massive liquidation, guys. A whale deposited 5.7 million SOL, which is $170 million, and borrowed 108 million USDC and USDT. I don't know why they put borrow 2 times. And to prevent this, they are proposing to literally steal the user's funds and execute OTC trades. Man, this is not looking good. I would be very worried if I was holding Solana, if you didn't take profits or whatever. This is not looking good. Solana's had a lot of issues. They've had to shut down and turn off the blockchain, which is really ridiculous when you think about it. So be very careful, guys. Let me share some more details. Users of Solana-based borrowing and lending service Solend voted Sunday to force a takeover of the protocol's largest account, a whale whose extremely large margin position was getting, according to Solend contributors, dangerously close to a catastrophic on-chain liquidation cliff. The unprecedented governance vote, Solend's first, will grant Solend Labs emergency powers to liquidate the whale's vulnerable assets, around $20 million in SOL, via over-the-counter OTC trades instead of decentralized exchanges where decentralized finance liquidations usually occur if the price of SOL drops too low. Solend Labs said on-chain liquidation of the whale's position could cause chaos in Solana's DeFi markets. Doing so over an OTC service would likely avoid such an outcome. Man, this is not good. Look, right now everything's down, and one could say, well, you know what, Solana's down. I'm going to buy the dip, hold some SOL tokens. I'm not doing that. This is not looking good. And once again, it's not just this. We've seen multiple reports. Like every month, they're shutting down the blockchain. Something's wrong here. And look, I understand that in the early days, right? Web 1.0, there's been problems with technology, and then eventually you do iterations, you make updates, and then you make things better. But something just doesn't feel right. My gut feeling, based on the different things I've been seeing, where there's smoke, there's fire. I think something's going to happen here, and the fact that we're seeing so many vulnerabilities, I'm sure hackers and people who want to short the hell out of Solana are going to look to attack it. And I think that might be on the horizon. I don't know what's going to happen, but, we've seen some of these moves before, right? Something has a weakness, and the people who want to kill it will go after it. So just be careful if you're holding the SOL token. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm just saying be careful, do your research, follow it closely, and see what's happening. Finally, Immutable earmarks $500 million fund for gaming Web3 development. The company's goal is to foster mass adoption of gaming collectibles, music and sports NFTs. So you may say, what is Immutable? Immutable is Ethereum's leading NFT scaling platform. So we're seeing more tokenization and building happening on the blockchain. And obviously, they're going to go into different industries like gaming and so forth. So the whales, the institutions, they continue to raise capital. They continue to look to build and to invest. And in the bear markets, that's when a lot of great building is done, right? Because you're not so much distracted by the price and all the media craziness and frenzy. Don't get me wrong, I love bull markets, right? But they can be distracting if you're building as an entrepreneur. So it's great to see these folks continue to get more capital and continue to invest. And there's some big players who are investing in their respective fund. So that's the news, my friends. What do you guys think? Binance buying the dip. Elon's stance on Dogecoin. He doubles down. Solana looks like it's having some major problems, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody attacks it and it ends up like Luna, right? Just saying that's a possibility. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but something to be aware of, guys. And do you think, guys, we've hit the bottom yet? Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.